I spent my weekend binging the show XO Kitty on Netflix.
Okay. Had you seen it before? Or
I watched the first couple seasons. It was a new season drop, and I'm very invested in Kitty's love life, apparently.
Does it have potential for like a rom-complex mini-sode?
It could be fun. It's very steeped in, because she goes to Korea. She goes to like a school in Korea to be with her, like, she gets like a little boyfriend at the end of the To All the Boys I Loved Before movies. It's that Kitty. I don't know if I explained that. I didn't. It's the Kitty from To All the Boys I Loved Before. She's like 16 and goes to Korea.
Remember how we covered the first two movies
and then never got to the last one?
Never got to the last one?
It's okay.
Yeah, I didn't ever watch it.
I think no one needs to. I think we're good. The only thing you need to know about that one is they go to Korea, and in Korea, she meets a boy and they become long distance pen pals. And that's kind of how the show kicks off. They're long distance pen pals, but she gets into the Korean, like, international school in Korea. And to go after him, or like, you know, to be with him, whatever. And it's the same school that her mom went to. Remember, their mom is dead. So
there's multiple reasons for it.
A couple different reasons. And then she gets there and realizes that he has a girlfriend. But
what the fuck?
Not all is what it seems. She doesn't even end up with that guy. Sorry, spoiler. But that's not her end game.
I would totally follow a guy to Korea. That's totally...
Yeah, that's so Shelby could. I would just go to Korea and then be like, well, maybe I'll run into you. I don't know.
Right. And just like wait to see, just go to public places just to see if he shows up.
He said he loves this park.
And you're magical, so it would happen. I believe in that for you.
Yeah.
I'm Shelby.
I'm Sam.
The magical one. And this is the Rom-Complex.
Welcome, we're glad you made it, but don't be shady. It's just the wrong complex. It's just the wrong complex.
Ooh, magic.
Yeah, what a fun way to start out this conversation about like a dark movie.
Yeah, this is also dropping my birthday week.
Happy birthday!
It's just funny that this is where we're landing.
Well, this one, okay, it's prior to your birthday.
It's the week before. Remember how I said my weeks are fucked up? I'm all fucked up, guys. James, get rid of that. She's drunk.
No, keep it in.
No, get her out of here. She's all I know.
Okay.
We're leading up to my birthday, to be fair.
We're leading up to your birthday. So we're going to start dark and then go light next week, I guess.
Perfect.
Because, anyway, we're covering A24's The Drama. Just came out. Dark comedy starring Zendaya and Robert Pattinson. You've probably seen the trailers. Yeah. But in case you haven't, just before their wedding, this couple, they share the worst thing they've ever done. And Zendaya's character's confession just shakes the core of their relationship and her fiance's entire life. That's the basic setup. But Sam, upon seeing this movie... What is this movie about?
Oh, I should have thought of a better way to intro this. I think this movie is, what is it about? I'm not sure, but I think the entire movie explores the question, can love be unconditional? Like, is love unconditional? Not for Charlie. Apparently.
You know... I read a review that said something like it flirts with deeper concepts, you know. I don't think it does that. I think it makes like a clumsy pass at those things. And there's like a very solid wall where it's like, we're not going to discuss this any further. And so what a couple people have said is this movie's about like a friend group's inability to have like empathy for each other.
Yeah. This is just a group of people that hate each other.
They might hate each other.
No, Rachel definitely hates Emma, but we'll get into it.
We will.
That's the obvious bit.
It's a complex movie. I will say, though, I think this was in a way made well, had good performances. I think it ultimately avoids talking about a very glaring part of its subject matter that to me just makes me not able to go along for the ride of this.
Yeah.
So even though like I laughed at some of the funny parts, I've still spent the entire movie being like, I don't understand why the characters are acting this way.
Yeah, 100%. And before we get into that, the episode title should be a spoiler warning, but we have yet to actually spoil the movie. So as soon as we start talking about the plot, it's like game over. So get out of here if you're not, if you haven't seen it yet and you don't want to get spoiled, because it definitely affects the entire plot of the movie.
It was like definitely something that was held back from marketing of
purposefully
what the confession is. So,
right.
So yeah, if you want to not know before you see it, go see the movie.
Yeah.
Come back and listen to us after.
Do you know what I've also realized too? Because I have seen a couple of videos on this movie, and I enjoy the meaning other people are finding in this movie more than the movie itself. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those situations where I'm like, wow, people can really pull anything. But I'm enjoying some of that commentary more than I actually enjoyed the film. Because I'll watch a video and they'll be like, I don't know, they'll find meaning in this one thing. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's interesting. That's fun. I like that. That's a good read on it. But I didn't feel that way watching this whole movie.
I don't think it said that, but like, it's cool that you put that together.
Right. Essentially that. I'm like, that makes this movie more interesting. So I believe them. These people, random people on the internet. Anyway.
Okay.
Shall we?
Let's do it. Let's dance.
Okay. Let's dance, baby.
Main character is Charlie. He's definitely the main character. He's played by Robert Pattinson, which is cool. Love a Robert Pattinson.
Yeah.
He really just blends right into a character, doesn't he? He has a very chaotic
energy, and it lends itself to this character.
So he's like a cowardly man. Well, I didn't mean to say that. He's a museum director is what I meant to say.
And a cowardly man.
He is also a cowardly man. So like the idea is that he's kind of writing his like wedding speech.
Yes.
And
to his bride, Emma, played by Zendaya.
He's like reliving, their first encounter and their first date. So how they met is he sees Emma, played by Zendaya, reading a book at like a cafe. And he is so enamored that he's like, I gotta find a way to approach this woman. He doesn't do it like a way a normal person would by like...
No. He doesn't act like a regular dude.
No, he takes he waits for her to step away, takes a picture of the book she's reading. Instead of just remembering the title, he takes a picture of the book, goes back to his seat, looks up the book, and then goes back to her and starts all this bullshit about like how he just read this book and loved it and blah, 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 blah. But it sounds like he's lying.
I will say, I already knew what the plot twist was going to be. This got spoiled for me like months ago. The plot of this movie, or the plot, her secret. Had I not known that, this scene to me would have read that like he kidnapped her and then like brainwashed her and they're getting married now because it's like Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
But then everybody finds out he is a kidnapper or something. Like genuinely, that's how it reads. He's like, I know it's meant to be played as endearing, but Robert Pattinson looks so creepy in the beginning to me that I'm like, that's not our guy, is it?
I don't think it's meant to be endearing. I mean, maybe maybe it's supposed to be relatable in a way. I didn't relate to it. I would be like, no. That would be so much more annoying to me than just like coming up to me and asking me what I'm reading.
100%.
I would be like, gross. And it's worse because he doesn't ever read the book. He literally never reads the book.
No.
Anyway.
No, he sucks. Anyway, I'm just setting the expectation that immediately I was like, this character sucks.
Yeah.
And is the villain. Well, one of.
So it turns out Emma is deaf in one ear, in the ear that he's talking into. So she like looks at him and realizes he's been talking at her. And she explains, oh, I'm deaf in this ear, and suggests that they start over. So they get together. And then like they have their first date. And like the only thing I remember from that is that he didn't read the book. She was like, what do you think about the ending? And he was just trying to bullshit his way through it. He never read the fucking book. What the? Come on, dude. Anyway.
Yeah, but you see through all of this VO when he's talking some milestone moments in their relationship that, you know, paint this as, wow, what a beautiful relationship. They laugh with each other. They have great sex, which he has to be talked out of including in his speech.
Yeah, don't put that in your wedding speech.
Yeah, warning. If you're getting married, don't talk about sex in front of your parents and her parents. That's, you know.
Yeah, that's really not...
It's not the recommendation.
The
doctors don't recommend it. Yeah, 9 out of 10 dentists.
I was going to go 4 out of 5, but 9 out of 10 is even more.
There's more dentists. We need more. We need more dentists.
We need more dentists to approve it. Okay, so cut to like a few years later. Like we said, Charlie and Emma, they're planning their wedding, and they're outside. They're leaving something. They see their DJ, Pauline, who they think is their DJ, Pauline. Someone in the street, in the park, like a public area, smoking
across
heroin.
the street. Yeah.
Right. And they're like, that's our DJ, Pauline. What do we do? So they start discussing it over, like, you know how when you're getting ready for a wedding, you like do like a menu tasting and stuff? So they go and they're absolute menaces to these menu tasting people where they're like ordering more wine, getting really drunk, and like obviously just there for like a free meal.
Yeah.
With
mostly
their
free
friends.
Wine. Yeah.
Yeah. And free wine. So they're talking to their friends, Mike and Rachel. By the way, the guy who played Mike was the voice of Wade Ripple in Elemental, which is a movie I love.
I've never seen that, but he's in something else, isn't he? Isn't there like a big thing that he was in? We can keep talking, but I like that guy.
Yeah, he's great. So while they're talking, they're like, what should we do about this DJ Pauline? And Emma is kind of like, well, you know, I don't think someone should really be judged for the worst thing they've ever done. And, you know, or like,
true,
you know, whatever. Kind of reluctant. She's kind of playing that side, the more compassionate side of it. And her maid of honor, Rachel, is like, okay.
Yeah.
Let's all share the worst thing we've ever done.
No.
Well, she forces everyone to do.
More specifically, and we have to be this anal about what we're saying here because it truly does lead to why Rachel is the true villain of the story. They're all talking about, judging people by the worst thing they ever did. And then she tries to out her husband's secret. She's like, oh, you should just tell him, which obviously you say that to a room full of your friends. They're going to be like, tell us what's going on? Whatever. And she forces her husband to disclose the worst thing he ever did because they did it like the night before their wedding, blah, blah, blah. And then once he shares, which his isn't even all that bad, she pretends that she's not going to share.
Right. Oh, yeah. She's like, oh, no, I'm not going to do it.
Oh, no, I can't do it. So
no, I don't want
genuinely a villain. She, goes against her fucking husband and discloses something that they both swore they would like take to their graves. Neither of them was ever going to tell anyone. Just casually like, oh no, yeah, you should tell them, to tell the friends, and then tries to back out of doing hers. So fuck her is what I meant to say.
And I think she is meant to be like just a truly horrible person because she somehow makes all of this about her.
Yes.
But okay, so Mike, like you said, like she's like, oh, it's a thing about a dog. And she's, you know, anyway, he's really doesn't want to tell it, but he does. He had like a belligerent girlfriend. She was like belligerently drunk and started kicking a dog. And he used her as a human shield to get past the dog that she was kicking. So really not that bad, to be honest.
No,
Like,
in the grand scheme of everything, not that bad.
Like, I get why he feels guilty for using his girlfriend as a human shield, but like, really not that bad. Rachel, on the other hand, locked a kid in an abandoned RV closet just on a whim, and then like didn't tell anyone, left him there, let an entire community-wide search commence to find the kid. After she's finally convinced to be like, you have to tell it, she does it like gleefully. She's like happy about it.
Genuinely straight to jail. I think Rachel needs to be locked the fuck up because she's crazy.
Then Charlie, who's supposed to be this nice guy, right? He's finally admits, and I thought maybe is it going to come back later that he was lying about this? But no. He says that he cyberbullied a kid so bad that his entire family had to move. Wow. Okay.
He tries to like lessen the blow by being like, well, I mean,
there's
I don't know
other
if
stuff
I
going
made
on,
it. Yeah.
you know?
I don't know
Right.
if I made them move, but something made them move. Yeah.
So, you know, looking back on it, Rachel definitely actually harmed somebody.
She's the most. I think her and Charlie actually are the ones who have caused the most harm. Because Mike, it was like a lack of action. He didn't necessarily like, you know, tell her to go start kicking that dog. You know what I mean? He didn't like push her to go do something. He kind of
let her lay in the bed she made.
Yes.
He could have helped, but, you know.
And then, too, Rachel kind of flips it on him as if like doing that made him not a man. Like, genuinely, if my wife was talking about me like this, like, I would
even if you're
kill
like
myself.
Drunk, that's not an explanation.
That's not
for that.
Good spouse. Like, that's not a partner. That's like kind of fucked up. Anyway, because she's just like, oh yeah, he was just like the opposite of a man. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Because he didn't want to get bit by a dog. What are we talking about?
And it's to the point where like this scene definitely reads like a play. And it reads like this was like the whole, like, I don't know, premise for the whole thing. But like it also, oh, I lost my train of thought.
LOL. This is my favorite scene.
Yeah.
The dynamics at play are the most interesting to me.
Yes. Okay. So we finally get to Emma's reveal. And she tells everyone that like when she was 15, she intended to commit a mass shooting. And even like brought the gun to school and everything and lost her hearing in her ear when she was practicing with the gun in the woods. And the others freak out about this.
Yes.
Immediately. The reaction is very different from the others. They're like, they're first like, are you serious? I can't believe this. And Charlie's not. He's like, you told me you were deaf since birth, which I would be upset about if like you lied about how you got that. Which also I would be upset if like okay. Let's be clear. This is all stuff where it's like, who gets to this point in the relationship and they're like,
and they don't know
not talked about these things. I mean, it's just not how I would approach this. So it's kind of hard to accept. And then everyone being immediately like angry at her and not like curious, or
no one asks her why.
They don't ask her any questions in this moment. They're just freaking out, especially Rachel. And she's like, my cousin Samantha is in a wheelchair. She was paralyzed in a shooting. Like, how could you? How could you do this? Like, they're saying all that stuff like she could change. Like she could
like
go
it was
back.
Emma's fault. Yeah, what the fuck?
Or like she could, like Emma could like go back and not think, like not have not done it, like
except that she did it. So it's like, what? Yeah, like to unthink the thought she thought when she was
50,
depressed.
Right. and this is where like I think that it'll lose a lot of people here, not just because it's about like school shootings or anything like that, but because I was making sure my window was closed.
Yeah.
But
Classic.
because, which I mean, obviously it will lose people because it does not treat this as like, it's not a serious look at like, why does this happen? What's the effect? You know,
it starts to, but it never fully commits
it doesn't get
to
it. There, a really solid wall comes down. Anyway, I think it'll really lose people here because from this moment on, no one has any ounce of compassion or empathy for Emma in any way. Like, no one is interested in her. And this is never treated as, like, she was struggling or had a hard time or anything. It's all just like, it's all of the flashbacks of her as like a teen are funny. So it's real. It doesn't touch that at all. And I think that is like, to me, it's like, to like talk about all this and then not talk about like a mental health crisis or anything like that is like talking about American politics, but somehow avoiding talking about Trump in any way.
Yeah.
Like what are you doing? And so I think this will lose a lot of people just for that, because it's like, you can't accept the premise of this. It's like, why don't the characters care about her at all? Like, is it, they're just
Rachel
bad?
fucking
Like, okay.
hates her.
I
Like,
know, but and then it's like,
No,
but
I
what's
know.
the point of this movie? Like, what are you
Right.
saying with your art? Really great Letterboxd review from my dear friend Nick Kaminsky, who said, Zendaya is way too hot for me to believe her fiance would give two shits about her having a mental health
Facts.
crisis when she was 15. Grow up.
Facts. There's no way.
No way. No way.
But it's also too, and I don't think we talked about this when we left the theater, but if you notice, Charlie doesn't have a real reaction to the news that she almost committed a school shooting. His reaction is based on how everybody else is reacting. I think if Rachel and Mike had been like, ha ha ha, or if they had been like, oh my God, like, why? What was wrong with you? Then I think his reaction would have been a little different. But I genuinely think his if Zendaya had told him, there would have been no jeopardy of the wedding. He wouldn't have gone on like a downward spiral. He would just be like, oh yeah, okay, that's cool, I guess. Like, you're not gonna do it now, right? Cool, thanks, bye. But I genuinely think like he is more preoccupied with how things look.
Yes.
Than how they actually are, or like the empathy. They all lack empathy, but that's where I see it the most from him.
Right. And from this point of, and he has been talking about like how much he loves Emma's empathy. That's something he cares about. And from this point forward, he suddenly thinks like, oh, she doesn't have empathy.
Right.
So because she planned that when she was 15 and didn't do it, which is like, wait.
I think that's the important part to keep noting. She didn't do it.
And like, again, this isn't like, it doesn't touch the true nature of like, do we have compassion for these people before they commit a crime? Like, you know, if something hasn't been done, like what, where do you stop having compassion for someone? It's not about that at all. It doesn't really touch on that. So because when Charlie asks her for details, right? She's like, okay, I was really into the gun aesthetic. And like in the forums and stuff, I was kind of cool because I was a girl and there weren't as many.
Exactly.
And she got like mildly bullied at school, just like nothing really serious.
Yeah. But they also established. What the fuck was that? That wasn't a word. Established. They also established that she is a military brat. So she's also moving from place to place to place all the time because her dad's in the service. So not only is she getting mildly bullied, she seems to not have the ability to make friends because she's always just like moving around.
So, yes. And she's just alone all the time with her dad's gun.
Classic.
And so again, like there's one of the funniest scenes to me is like her trying to record her manifesto video and her computer keeps dying. Great comedic timing on that.
Do you know what? I was super worried at this point that someone was gonna find it, like that she still posted all this shit and that someone from their world was gonna like find all of this old manifesto bullshit from
play
her.
it at the wedding.
I was so worried. It doesn't do that, thank God. But I just, at that point, I was like, I don't know, man. What if they find it? It's on the cloud or some shit. Like many years later,
there.
she kept it, or she like kept it as like a, I don't know.
She has a
like
hard
a
drive.
shame box. She has like a shame box, and she's
got a floppy.
Yeah, totally. Anyway.
Okay. So the reason she doesn't go through the shooting is because, like, I guess she brings the gun to school. same day, there's another shooting. There's a shooting at a local mall, and like a classmate gets killed. And this leads to all of these, you know, events and like group therapy and stuff for the kids at their school. And so she kind of accidentally, by speaking up at one of these things, she ends up getting involved in gun control advocacy. And she becomes like involved in that group, and like an after school group of like gun control. And she throws the gun into the lake or something. It disappears.
Yeah, she gets rid of it.
Charlie has no follow-up questions about that at all. He's still fixated on the one thing, and he's super paranoid. He like has a mug with a gun on it, and he throws it out. And he feels like he's being haunted. Like a book with like women holding guns shows up on his desk at work. It's like art photography of women holding guns.
Sexy guns. It's all sexy. They're all in like lingerie and stuff. Yeah.
Yes. So something about this, like when he's talking to Emma, whenever they get to a certain point where he's like, well, why? Like, what were you thinking? Like, why? You know, really trying to get to like the core of it. She's like, can we stop talking about this? And to me, I'm like, well, why aren't you talking about it? Do you just not know? As like the writer, you don't want to deal with that part of it? Yeah. Or is it... The only other thing I can think is that they're trying to set Emma up as like she could possibly do something again.
Yeah.
But I don't know if that's done well enough to really be supported by the text.
No, not at all. I'm more inclined to believe it was just he as a writer was like, I don't know.
It was like, nope, we cut it off here.
Yep. And
wall
no
comes
more.
down, curtain, close.
Curtain, blackout.
Yeah. But yeah, the only, you know... Because I know my boyfriend was like, oh, I thought maybe there would be like an actual shooting at the end of the movie, or like Zendaya was going to go off, you know, something was going to happen. I never really saw that, but I'm just wondering if it's there. She's really not, because again, we don't have she doesn't have any friends. Even the people we see in the movie are friends that she made through Charlie. Her parents seem totally normal at the wedding. But anyway, she doesn't have any other life that we see. We just see her like kind of struggling with her, you know, hurt looks on her face, struggling with these stressors and how it's changing their relationship.
Yeah.
But yeah, really nothing deeper for that character. And it's such a glaring absence that I'm like, it must be on purpose, but then I can't figure out what that purpose is.
What it would be for. Yeah. No, I agree. I think that to me was the more interesting part of like why and the, you know, all of the events that led to it. And what is included in the movie just makes me understand that character. And I'm like, okay, well, she doesn't seem like a bad person. Like, I can see that little story of like the sequence of events that led her to gun control advocacy and be like, okay, she was having a crisis.
Right. She
overcame it. She actually did good stuff afterwards. So I get it.
And she's so empathetic now. Like, amazing.
All that empathy that you witnessed over the time of your relationship.
Right. And the idea that just like finding out this one thing, I mean, if you can find out something big enough, it can recontextualize how you see a person, right?
Yeah.
And Charlie, he just cannot stop thinking about this, but it's not in like a productive way.
No.
And they still have to like go to all of their pre-wedding stuff, like dance lessons and things like that. The photography. Where they are supposed to look like they like each other and they don't.
Yeah, honestly, if I was Emma, I would not have gotten married to that man.
No, I still don't underand.
I would leave him for the way he treated. Like, listen, I get it. I kept something from you. Okay, whatever. It's like pretty big, but whatever. Whatever. But I wouldn't be able to live with that. Like, he literally gets so jumpy about everything that she does. And it's just like, she doesn't seem to have changed. So that's why what you were talking about earlier about like the choice to like maybe make it seem like it's something she could still realistically do is not there, because the entire time she's acting fine. Like, she's never saying anything weird or like whatever. I mean, It just doesn't make sense. But she like comes up at one point holding a knife because she was like chopping for a smoothie, which was also weird because like, why would you move the knife from the kitchen? But whatever. Sometimes you forget.
You're just holding it. Yeah.
You're just holding it. You just don't even know. And he like thinks that she's going to stab him. What?
Well, he's like, yeah, he's jumpy.
Just
so.
What?
Okay. Rachel is not responding to Emma's texts or emails. And Charlie's like, why are you emailing her? And Emma's like, well, I got her work with my boss. So we're like working together on something. So she's not responding to work emails. At work, Emma's boss is like, hey, I can't reach Rachel. Can you reach out to her? And Emma's like, yeah, she just might not get back to us at all. Like, we should get someone else. And she kind of like, she ends up getting Rachel let go from the project. But to me, it's like, she's right. Rachel is not responding to these. You can't just not respond to your work emails. They're going to find someone else.
Exactly.
So anyway,
if she didn't want to deal with Emma, she could have responded to the boss's emails. Like, multiple people are trying to get in contact with you and you're just not responding.
So now Rachel's like, I'm not going to this wedding. You got me fired, blah, 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 blah. And Charlie goes to talk to her to like figure out this. And Rachel is like, I have to go. I have lunch with my cousin to ask her if it's okay if I go to your wedding. So, this is all, of course, so played for comedic effect. Like, it's, of course, ridiculous for making this about her.
Yes.
But outside, Charlie runs into the cousin, Samantha. And he sees a woman in a wheelchair and is like, are you Samantha? And starts talking to her. And then, like, she tries to leave. He literally blocks her exit. Yeah. Scary.
Weird.
And is like, you would love Emma. Like, she's not how you think. It's so just strange. The most awkward. Like, Sam and I were both like looking away. We couldn't like look at the screen.
I couldn't. Like, it was like the entire movie is just Charlie making like bad decision after like doing the weirdest fucking shit all the way until the wedding. And after, all the way through the end of the movie.
And never like getting any. I mean, he gets like punched in the face, so that's like the only punishment he gets for it, you know?
Yeah. I also, in the scene with Rachel and Mike where he's like trying to convince them to come to the wedding, he lies to them because he is trying to make Emma seem empathetic or like trying to appeal to their empathy by saying that Emma witnessed her neighbor friend dying in a car crash when she was like 8 years old.
And it really messed her up.
And it really messed her up. And that's why.
But it's not.
It's not. We see a whole scene where she's like, oh yeah, that happened. But like, I didn't see it happen. And also we like weren't even really that good friends because she was older than me. So it's very blatantly to us as the audience a lie that he's just trying to like force upon these people. I also think it's interesting when Charlie is holding Samantha hostage downstairs. Charlie asks her, are you and Rachel close? And Samantha's response was, we're cousins. Which means no, which means Rachel's just a bitch trying to make herself the victim in all of this. And center herself in this entire conversation. Classic Rachel.
Classic Rachel.
If I know Rachel's.
I mean, this one, she's certainly being the center of attention.
Oh, yeah, baby.
And she continues. But it's still like, she's like, I'm not going to go to the wedding. And she still goes to the wedding. Anyway.
I know. She's so annoying. I fucking hate. Like, Alana Haim does a great job being the most insufferable person you've ever met. You know what I mean? Like, genuinely. Totally. Great job. Give her a trophy. Charlie is again on his downward spiral.
Yes.
And oh my gosh, he's at work and he's talking to his coworker, the only character I love.
She seems cool.
Movie.
Misha,
she seems so cool. Misha is talking to him and he asks her, what's the worst thing you ever done? And she said that she like cheated on a partner because he was a nice guy, but the sex wasn't all that good. So she ends up cheating with like a married coworker or like a married someone who's married.
And treats her badly. But
and
the
he
sex
treats
is really
her badly.
Good. Yeah.
Right. And so, you know, does all of that. And then Charlie tries to pose a hypothetical about finding out that your partner, he's just like, in a hypothetical world, what if you found out your partner, Blake is his name, her boyfriend, if he had planned a school shooting but didn't do it? And so she asks follow-up questions, which I think just genuinely shows that like Misha would have been so chill at that table if Emma confessed in front of her.
She's like, okay.
She's been like, what? Why? Like,
then what?
Tell me what? Yeah, tell me what's going on, girl. And so after some back and forth between them on like details and stuff, she says she would call the police because obviously someone who ever thought of doing that should be reported to the police.
And she is sure to mention, like, Blake, her boyfriend, is like 3 times her size. Like, he's huge. He could hurt her. So this would like change her perspective enough to be like, oh, he could hurt me. And she said she would call the police. So anyway, Charlie breaks down at this.
Yeah.
Even though it's like, I'm like, you can't compare this. Like, also, he's too worried about these, you know, visuals and stuff, how things look. Anyway, he has a breakdown. Misha tries to comfort him, you know, is like, oh, it's okay. And he hugs.
It'll be fine. He's like crying. Yeah. Like full on sobbing.
And then he starts kissing her. And then they start, like, he rips her shirt open and starts taking his clothes off and like turns her around. And she's like down for it. And then, you know, he stops and he's like, oh, I can't. Fuck.
Oh, no, I can't. I can't.
And yeah, so they stop and they're like, she's like, I can't believe you ripped my shirt open. And they're like, that we can't tell anyone about this, obviously.
She was my favorite. Because that line is like a throwaway, like transition line.
Leaving. Yeah.
Can't believe you ripped my shirt open. It's just so funny. Okay, so it's the day of the wedding.
Right.
Charlie and Emma go to the venue ahead of time. DJ Pauline, which if you'll remember, this is how it all started. So really it's the DJ's fault for smoking heroin in public, I suppose.
If that was her.
If that was really her. So they go and basically they fire her. And it's like a whole scene of Charlie being unable to fire her because he's just a fucking weak man. And then Emma has to do it.
And it's like weird because she didn't even want to, like, she wasn't even the one like
who wanted to fire Pauline. Yeah.
Or initially, I don't know, but it's like maybe she's doing it to be like, no, see, I'm good now. Like,
yeah, I'm good now. Look, I fired a drug addict.
Look how good I am. But Pauline is like, that wasn't me. I don't know what you're talking about. Also, you're a cunt. Like, she's not happy about this, but eventually, you know, leaves.
Yes.
There's a replacement DJ who's got some of the best lines. He's clearly he just cares a lot about his equipment.
He cares about being a DJ.
Yeah, and to know what thinks other people are interested in, they are not. Okay. Now we've got a wedding to take place.
Wedding. Well, the wedding has happened. They got married, and now we're at the reception.
So they did it. Charlie went through with it despite deleting his speech.
The entire speech. He deleted all of it. He deleted
the whole speech.
He started with just deleting the word empathy and then just fucking select all backspace like crazy.
Yeah. It is just like, oh, what if we used talking about school shooting to show how fucked up all of these other people are? And it just doesn't sit right with me.
Yeah.
Also, the director, when he was 27, published a magazine, literally in a magazine. Like, this was like the mission. Like, they're like, oh, give us an article. And he goes on about, okay, the article is about May-December romances.
Yes.
Now, when I hear May-December, that's a 65-year-old man and a 20-year-old woman, and he's got money, and she's like, I'm so in love.
Yeah.
To this director, Christopher Borgley, he's talking about dating a 16-year-old while her parents were gone, like, one summer.
Yeah.
He wrote this when he was 27, so I don't know exactly how old he was when this happened, but anyway, we gotta talk about it.
In his 20s. Yeah,
firmly in his 20s, to the point where I read the translation, did my due diligence. He dated this 16-year-old. He met her. He was like, wow, she's so much more mature than I was at 16. Like, this is so great. We've got stuff to share. He talked to his friends. They're like, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
You shouldn't date a 16-year-old. It's not like within, even though it's technically the age of consent in his country.
Norway, I think.
It's
one of the
like,
Norwegian
he
ones.
literally talked to his friends and they were like, it's not cool. And then he went and watched Woody Allen movies, specifically Manhattan, in which Woody Allen, a like 40-year-old or something, ends up with a 17-year-old girl. It's baffling. I don't understand why it's like seen as a romantic movie. Anyway, he uses that and he's like, I decided to trust Woody over my friends. So like, not only is it already like, because I'm like that.
Yeah, let's get the pedo's advice on whether I should be a pedo.
Right.
I wonder.
Like,
I wonder what he's gonna tell me.
Right. It's like already the headline sounds bad, and then you go in and you do the research, and it's even worse.
Yeah, it gets worse. Yeah, totally.
Anyway, so I'm like, whatever. Does that show through in the movie? I don't know. Is he still
Zendaya?
cool at this point as like a 40-something-year-old man? Is he still cool with this? I don't know.
There is technically a 10-year age gap between our lead actors in this movie. So,
oh, wow. Well, I mean,
she's a full adult. Like,
yeah,
she's nearly
that's
30.
different.
But
like, full
it's
adult
still
is different.
He probably wanted to make this movie like 10 years ago when she
Right.
was freshly
Gross.
legal.
And she's like, when I was 15, 3 years ago.
3 years ago. Exactly.
So anyway,
but I think also you just reminded me that he is foreign, and that was one of the first things I said when we left the movie theater was this definitely felt like the school shooting aspect of this entire plot definitely felt like it was written by someone who wasn't from here.
it could have been any other shocking thing. And that's what upsets me so much about it. It's like, don't you actually care about this? Like,
No.
don't you actually care that people are being killed?
Europeans don't. They use it as like a punchline.
It's a prop.
Genuinely.
Yeah, it is. And
It's a gotcha, as if we're out here being like, yeah, kids, shoot up your schools. We love that. Like, no, nobody fucking likes that.
Yeah.
And it's just treated with that like very surface level layer of like, it's painted with a very broad brush. And I just think that there could have been a little bit more work to really get into it, because there are aspects of it that I liked. I liked the idea that Emma as a character admits, she's like, I fell for the aesthetic. I thought it looked fucking cool.
Right.
And it's like, okay, great. Like, let's dig in there a little bit. Like, let's
how does that
flesh this out.
translate into actually doing something too? Because like, again, very different from like liking the aesthetic something to actually doing something.
Yeah.
So again, they never really cross that line, and to me, it just, you know how I
That's
am.
where
like
it
this.
falls
It's just
short.
not for me. I just didn't connect with this in a way that allowed me to like appreciate it or enjoy it.
No, totally.
Anyway, at the wedding, Rachel is still there. She's like, I want to give a speech at the reception. And so she gives a speech. It's very passive aggressive about how like open-minded Charlie must be for accepting Emma.
Which just sounds racist the whole time.
It does.
Like, genuinely.
And
like,
that's another thing. Yeah, I feel like race is completely ignored in this. It doesn't really play into it at all, which
The
makes
two black
sense.
characters, well, the two main black characters really get the shit end of the stick in the partner department. I'll tell you that much. Both of them. I'm like, can you two run away together? Like, maybe Mike and Emma can end up together. That would be fun. Right before Rachel gives her speech, though, Emma's dad gives his speech, and it's like so sweet. Like, I think, again, it really kind of shows us a different side to Emma than what we've seen like through her fiance and like the friends that she has during this time, because it's clear that like they see one version of her and only one version. So yeah, then like, because Rachel hears within the dad's speech that Emma became a gun control activist and like all of this stuff, she's like audibly reacting to this stuff, like in the middle of the wedding. I would have shot her in the face.
And the whole time I was watching this, I was like, I don't understand. If you actually think she's a sociopath, like, why are you at her wedding? Like, why are you interacting with her? You know, that's like not
to be the center of attention.
So you must not actually think that. You're just trying to do a power move.
Yeah.
So anyway, Emma retreats. She's like goes to the bathroom.
Mm-hmm.
And while she's in there, she overhears Misha outside the door talking about a school shooting. And she's like, what the fuck are people saying? Like, Rachel's going around telling everyone everything. I can't believe that. She pulls Charlie aside and is like, people are gossiping. Like, we need to do something about this. So when Misha walks by, she pulls in Misha to be like, what were you talking about outside the bathroom? Misha doesn't know what this is about. She's just pulled into a room with the bride and groom, whom she recently kissed, and is like, I swear he kissed me.
Yeah. She was like, immediately confesses.
He kissed me. Like, I was just trying to comfort him. And Emma is like, what?
She's like, Scooch, rewind. Let's take that back.
Scratch. How did I end up here?
Yeah.
Okay. So they go back to the reception.
Yes. And she is, everyone's upset.
Everyone's upset. The vibe's
Misha
not
also
good.
finds out about the school shooting too.
Right.
Like, well, she puts 2 and 2 together based on the conversation.
She's like, wait, was that like real?
Was that real? And then obviously like Emma is like a deer in headlights in this whole situation. So they go back and it's time for speeches from the bride and groom. So Mike tries to introduce Emma as the first set of speeches, and she is like, no. She's like, absolutely not. And so Charlie has to do it.
His
but
speech.
He erased his speech because he's a dumb, stupid idiot.
And he is not good at improvisation.
Nope.
Because he does like some of the speech he came up with, but just the bad parts about like how their sex is good and her laugh is repulsive. And he like tells everyone like Emma didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do anything, like assures everyone. And he is like, and I didn't, like, I'm sorry for kissing Misha. And at this point, Blake, Misha's boyfriend, is like, excuse me.
Yep. And
sorry for what?
And he's big.
He's a big man.
A lot
man.
bigger than our Pats over here.
Yes. So he gets up and he goes and he punches Charlie in the face.
He
headbutts him. You're right. He totally headbutts him.
It's even worse.
Emma, she puts on a coat and she leaves.
She's like, I gotta go. As she should. Yeah.
And so later we see Charlie looking for her. His face is busted up. And he's looking for her. And she's not at the apartment. She's not anywhere. And he ends up going to their favorite diner, which way earlier in the movie, when they were doing that like tasting and stuff, they're like, what if we just go to Emma is like, what if we just go to the diner after? You know, like,
which I think is cute. Yeah.
Right. And he's like, are you sure? That doesn't seem like, you know, he can't get over that. Anyway, so he's at the diner. Emma walks in.
Yep.
And then she sits down and she introduces herself like they're starting over, like with their first date. For why, though? I don't know. Because love wins in the end?
I guess.
Does it?
Because now they're even.
Now, they start over. So it's like, I guess they're even. Like, she did a thing. He's a full adult when he did his thing.
No, and she didn't do her thing.
Didn't do it.
Yet he needed to almost cheat on her to level the playing field.
Yeah.
Crazy. Insane. I would have met him at the courthouse with the annulment papers because what the fuck? Embarrass me in front of my whole family? No.
I don't think, but, you know, I can't imagine getting to that point of being like, let's get married, and we don't have like that kind of deep connection that I would want with
no, 100%.
You know. But, you know, oh well.
It's like the reintroducing him thing is something they do a couple times throughout the movie. It's like their little reset button, which is like cute, I guess, but not in this particular context.
I'm having trouble really getting the why of the story, to the point it's like, okay, I watch a story and I laugh at parts of it, but like, why? And if I can't get the why, and you're using something as serious as a school shooting, this is such a problem for me.
Yeah. I think I also am just now realizing we don't really know much about Charlie either. And he's our main character. It's like they only exist in relation to each other. And then once they find out this secret, then there's like a different part of her that exists now that we get to see as the audience. But like everything I've seen about Charlie, he fucking sucks.
He
so
sucks,
like why is she marrying him?
What? We don't know why. But it's like, okay, I guess it's not about that. But like,
I guess.
I don't know. But clearly we had thoughts. And it is like, I guess, an ambitious movie.
Yeah, ambitious.
I'm trying to find like ways to compliment it just because I know it's got a lot, like people are generally liking this movie.
I've seen dislike. I feel like everything I've seen, they hate it. Yeah.
I feel like
we'll say mixed reviews then.
Yeah. Well, it's mixed reviews. And I think it makes sense that there's mixed reviews, and that's art, baby.
Yeah. However, mean, there's a lot of discourse on it. Yeah, I'll probably never watch it again.
I'm not interested in it. This is not for me. Yeah.
It's not.
Is there an age you think at which you would like this movie?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of like when would I be like edgy enough to be like,
maybe like shootings, brah.
Unfortunately, like we've grown up and like a school shooting, like when were they not a problem in our lifetime, you know? So
when we were kids.
But maybe if I were did I have like an edgier phase or something?
Maybe like college-y. Kind of. Because that's when, like, you know, you take a lit class and you're like,
this is smart.
It's like literature in film. It's like a literature and film class. And you're like, I know how to dissect movies. And really get into what they're about. I could have probably wrote a little dissertation on this one.
Yeah.
And like pulled me the way that all these videos that I like that are like talking about the movie and pulling things that like don't really exist in the movie. I would be doing that. I'd be like, and this is a sign of this.
Right. The way she blinks in this scene is indicative of her deeper thoughts.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, too bad for the drama. But you know what we can do? The shout out to our $10 patrons.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Kathleen W. and shout out to darlinghomebody.com Nicole J. We love you.
We love you.
Deeply. Unlike the people in the movie, the drama, who don't have real feelings for each other.
They're fake. But we're not. So make sure you come back next week. And remember to keep falling in love
with yourselves.
Bye.
If you'd like to find the Rom Complex on social media, head on over to Instagram or TikTok at The Rom Complex.
You can also find us on our website, theromcomplex.com, where you can have access to all of our latest episodes and links to our social media pages, as well as Patreon.
That's right. Our Patreon is at patreon.com/theromcomplex. Head over there and you can sign up for any tier and gain access to mini episodes, tarot readings, watch-alongs, and more. And of course, if you're a $10 patron, we will shout you out on every episode. Thanks for listening.